Welcome to We the Nation India. I am R.C. SINHA. I have already introduced myself in R.C. SINHA Speaks regarding who am I, what is my mission, why this website has been launched, and what is the objective of this website. In this endeavor, I would like to highlight now We the Nation India in terms of how could India grow from first Prime Minister of India Jawaharlal Nehru to present Prime Minister of India Mr. Narendra Modi. It is not for academic purpose, it is to generate awareness among youth of India who are going to decide destiny of India. Yes, they are going to decide destiny of India. What India is today because of them, what India had been because of them, what India would be tomorrow because of them. So, my mission is to give them above book, a kind of concern and awareness irrespective of their background, so that they should not take excuse. Like if they are asked something from economy, they say, I'm sorry, I'm engineer. If I'm doctor, I'm manager. So generally they take excuse by saying that this is my background, so I'm not concerned about politics, what is happening all around. If everyone becomes so compartmentalized, how can India grow like a nation? So my effort is to generate a aerial view from Nehru to Narendra Modi. Let me start from Nehru. If you see the first Prime Minister of India, what kind of challenges he has sustained and what kind of challenges Deputy Prime Minister of India Sardar Patel at that point of time sustained. Had Sardar Patel been not making that kind of effort to integrate India into a union, we would not have been leading India today, living in India today as nation. So the first foremost thing, their challenge was making of constitution, that too along with running their constituent assembly as interim government, facing all sorts of turbulences, communal violence including assassination of Mahatma Gandhi, and on the other hand making of constitution which ultimately led to partition. Thereafter, along with Indian independence, first thing I would like to clarify, ask yourself why it is not India Independence Act, why it is called Indian Independence Act. Very few people will answer you. All of us are Indian, of course, this is adjective, this is not noun. Had it been India Independence Act transferred by British Crown, they would have defined territory of India, but they did not have defined territory of India. They handed over Indian Independence Act by asking our leaders to integrate India by asking all the princely states whether to accede to India or accede to Pakistan, but how to, that was decided by, of course, then government, then Prime Minister, then Deputy Prime Minister, by giving them a parameter. What parameter? All the princely states, more than 550, they were asked that take plebiscite, have plebiscite, and take consent of the people. That would be taken in top priority and consideration to decide whether a princely state would be acceding to India or acceding to Pakistan. Accordingly, majority of princely states in terms of their people mandate acceded to India, acceded to Pakistan, except Nizam of Hyderabad, who opposed in spite of people consent, Nizam of Junagadh, who opposed in spite of people consent, but both were integrated in 1948, of course, by military operations or threat of military operations. But it was Jammu Kashmir where Maharaj Hari Singh did not carry out plebiscite. He, because of this or that reason, was delaying plebiscite, and meanwhile Pakistan had a strong doubt that it might accede to India, and because of that Pakistan supported Azad Kashmir force, attacked Kashmir. Maharaja Hari Singh contacted Government of India immediately for military help. but military help could not be provided unless he would have signed instrument of accession. It was because of the fact that he had no plebiscite, there was no consent of people known to Indian leaders. So then government of India asked Maharaja Hari Singh signed instrument of accession, he signed, meanwhile it was around 48 hours, and on 26th of October, 24th of October attack was, on 26th of October Indian army retaliated and chased Azad Kashmir force up to the point of Uri. Thereafter, of course, there was a bridge which was blown off by these Azad Kashmir force, and meanwhile Nehru also invited United Nations mediation. As first Prime Minister, he was, some people say that had he not gone to United Nations, Indian army would have captured entire Kashmir. But the question is if and but in another name of history. We might have lost entire Kashmir. And being a Prime Minister of newly independent India, he was very right, feeling insecure that yes, it should not convert it to full-fledged war, because before that he contacted United Nations, and United Nations asked both India and Pakistan withdraw your army. Nehru also said that yes, plebiscite will be held in Jammu Kashmir provided foreign army is withdrawn. But the technicality was, who is foreign army, India or Pakistan? The question was, Pakistan attacked by proxy war, by Azad Kashmir force. So technically they said that it was Indian army which entered into Kashmir first in uniform. They did not enter into uniform, but they had been under uniform, because some of them were of course regular Pakistani army. India has evidence, and they did not get back on that ground that they entered first, they should get back. So Indian army also did not get back, and finally United Nations declared ceasefire on 31st of December 1947, and that ceasefire line was converted into line of control in 1972 Shimla Agreement, which is violent even today in spite of UN inspectors are present there. This should be known to everyone. Then comes what? Accordingly, thereafter it was state reorganization by Nehru. Of course, language was the most important, and why linguism cropped up in India? It was because of the fact when Hindi was declared as official language by Constituent Assembly in September 1949. Naturally, the southern Indian leaders started asking for the in Dravidian literature, Tamil is the oldest. So first demand came up from, of course, Madras Presidency to make it Tamil Nadu. Naturally, this make Telugu people tempted that northern part of Madras Presidency, which was Telugu speaking, which is now Tirupati, they asked for separate Telangana, and accordingly language got the ground, and Andhra state formed in 1953, which tempted Nehru to make Fazal Ali Committee for state reorganization. Recommendations came in 1955, in 1956, 14 states and 6 union territory was formed. This way. So the question is not we are studying about how state reorganization took place. The question is we should know what challenges those leaders have sustained. Newly born India, immediate attack, huge challenges, communal violence, partition, demand for separate state on the ground of different language or tribes in northeastern states especially. Then limited resources and unlimited challenges. Even then, first Prime Minister of India has made effort to establish Planning Commission, National Development Council, Cooperative Movement in 1954, Community Development Program in 1952. Apart from that, Panchayati Raj, 3-tier Panchayati Raj in 1957. He started Atomic Energy Program to secure future in terms of energy, because Atomic Energy Program takes huge time to mature. What we are harvesting today in Nuclear Energy Program, it was because of that was started by Nehru in 1957. But let me clarify what I am speaking about Nehru as first Prime Minister of India. I have nothing to do, because generally it is misinterpreted like I am highlighting Congress or highlighting BJP or highlighting this or highlighting that. It's a complete insult to a professional like me. We have no party background, we have no party alliance, nothing. We speak professionally, we speak rationally, we speak logically. what went wrong, what happened. At the same time, I would like to remind that in 1957 itself, it was China intruded in Oxide chain in spite of having border tension. Some people say that had Nehru reacted at that point of time, that China, would not have, the war could have been avoided. No. Try to understand rationally, don't go by personal whim. Had Nehru reacted, had Indian Army reacted in 1957, the war would have broken out in 1957 itself. And if Indian Army was so smashed in 1962, can you imagine what kind of situation would have cropped in 1957? Of course, Nehru could not avoid war, that's the one thing, but there was no choice. Then another thing is that why Nehru extended political asylum to the Dalai Lama. Had he not extended asylum to the Dalai Lama, China would not have attacked over India. See, there is different point of view. If he was asking for political asylum, we had been the country champion for opposing colonialism. We had certain values. Let me clarify you in day-to-day example that if somebody from outside Delhi is surrounded by certain goons, and he is asking some sort of help from you, you have two choices. If you help him, you might also be attacked, and people will condemn you. Why did you intervene? Why did you intervene? And on the other hand, if you believe in value, you will intervene, that on the basis of thinking that yes, if I am not intervening here, I am a coward person. What kind of value I am carrying? If I am so much scared of my death, I am dead every day, I am dying every day. This is the question of values. One should realize, and then naturally, if you take account of whole, that in term of heavy industries, research and development, Indian Institute of Technology, atomic energy programs, science policy, cooperative movement, community development, planning of India, socialist pattern of economy, you think of any leader who can contribute with so much of constraint from all sides to this limit today. Can you think of any leader? If you think of, you just mail me. It would be most welcome. I would love to learn from you. Second thing is that not only on domestic front, newly born India, the foreign policy was designed, how India would be interacting with the world, and it was, of course, India decided opposition to colonialism, opposition to racialism, opposition to imperialism on the basis of experience. It's just like you decide your policy, how will you be interacting with others. This is the way a nation decides how it will be interacting with others, what is called foreign policy of a country. And apart from that, no third party mediation, no alliance in military organization. But you must be thinking, India had third party mediation. India deviated from non-alignment, deviated from Panchsheel, India deviated from disarmament. Today India is having very aggressive missile program. All these are issues to make you understand, especially young people of India, that you take it rationally, as foreign policy stands for ideals and diplomacy stands for real. No nation can survive on ideal, no nation can survive just on real. A nation keeps moving between ideal and real. See, Barack Hussein Obama, who inflicted war all over the world, but he is winner of Nobel Peace Prize. And so nice person, he himself confessed before media that he doesn't know for what reason he was awarded Nobel Peace Prize. That means, but even then, at that point of time when he was having that Nobel Peace Prize, he had clarified to the world that he is inflicting war, but this is means not end. He is inflicting war to have peace. So that way we have to understand ideal and real, not only in Nehruvian era, in Shastriji era, Indira Gandhi era, and in the era of all the Prime Ministers of India, which I would like to highlight. But before concluding, especially first Prime Minister of India, I would say that he had lots of domestic contribution in the area of science, in the area of technology, in the area of society, in the area of culture, politics, economy, and apart from that, in the area of foreign policy, in terms of Panchsheel, disarmament, non-alignment, and finally Of course, he is the Prime Minister who signed PTBT. This is the only multilateral nuclear treaty till date India has signed, in which it was mentioned in 1963 that no overground test would be allowed. India had no intention of either overground or underground test at that point of time, so India signed that treaty. I will come back to you to take you to other Prime Ministers of India in due course. Thank you.